Hey guys, it's Daniel. The following is a quote from Michelle Erin Crane, who was kinda Layne Staley's last girlfriend. If you look at the title of the video, I put girlfriend in parentheses because she was never really his girlfriend, but she kinda was. Layne and Michelle had known each other for years, and during the latter part of Layne's life, the two of them spent a lot of one-on-one time together. They'd go to the movies together, she'd often go to his apartment and just spend some time with him one-on-one, and according to her in this quote that I'm going to read to you, Layne apparently at one point was interested in being together with her. At least he hinted at that. In this quote, Michelle discusses how Layne was capable of being a loving person, but she was hesitant to be with him because his health was in very bad shape. She also discusses the severe impact Demri's death had on Layne. Demri, of course, having been Layne Staley's longtime girlfriend. The following quote from Michelle is from the book Grunge is Dead. Quote, "My aunt was the queen of the metal scene in the 80s, and Layne had a huge walk-in closet. It was his rental room at her place. Alice in Chains were total rockers then. I was really into the punk scene and thought they were kind of ridiculous. She was always trying to put me and Layne together. And I remember thinking it was cheesy because he had long golden blonde hair and he wore makeup and spandex. It was a weird thing. I had a dream about him one night, and my phone rang in the morning. My aunt woke me up. She said, 'Guess who I saw last night?' And I said, 'Layne?' She's like, 'I did. And he thought the girl I was with was you. He came running up to me and gave me and my girlfriend a hug, and then realized it wasn't you. Anyways, this one time I walked out of my apartment and he drove past me. He was a passenger in the car. The only thing I recognized was his eyes. He had big blue eyes, because his hair had grown out and was moosey brown. We made eye contact, the car pulled over, and his mom was driving. He got out. He looked terrible. His hands were all wrapped in ice bandages, with fingerless leather gloves over the bandages. He was holding his little kitten that his mom was helping him take to the vet. He jumped out of the car, and I was taken aback. It was shocking to see him look like that. He shook his head like, 'Come to the other end of the car away from my mom.' He's like, 'Hey, I was wondering, are you in the program?' He meant Alcoholics Anonymous. I was like, 'No, but I know a lot of people who are. I could hook you up with someone.' He took my number and started calling me. It turns out that he only lived a few blocks away. So I started going over to his house. I was curious, felt sorry for him. We went and saw a few shows together, and he mostly wanted to hang out and watch movies because he was a wreck. The first couple of times I came over, he was like, 'One day I would like to have a family. This is what's going on now, but I'm not always going to be like this.' A couple of times he disappeared and I was concerned because we talked every day for a while. One time I didn't get a hold of him for a couple of days and he called me and said he was out in the woods with somebody, calling from a payphone. He didn't say it, but I could tell he was trying to detox. Layne and his girlfriend Demri were together forever. Finally they had broken up because he took the attitude that she was worse than he was, but I think she had to do worse things because she didn't have any money. When I would be over there at night watching movies, the doorbell would ring all the time. And he would say like, 'Shh, be quiet. Pretend we're not here.' Sometimes maybe it was her, and sometimes people coming up to party with him. So I asked, 'Are you guys totally broken up? What's the deal?' And he said that she was pretty much a drug addict at that point and was really struggling. I remember going over there in the afternoon once and there was a note from her. It was like, 'I love you. I hope you're doing well.' He talked about her, and then when she finally died, even though they weren't together, he was devastated. He'd go to the house to go to the bathroom, and it was scary. Blood on the sink and stuff like that. I just grabbed garbage bags and started cleaning up. It was clear that he liked me, but we never fooled around because honestly, I was scared he might have a disease. It seemed like he was getting the wrong idea after a couple of months. I just said, 'I can't keep coming over here and pretending everything is cool when it's not.' He had open sores, and I heard he ended up losing some fingers or his hands. I don't know exactly what was true. The last time I saw him, I was out for a jog, and this Trans Am with the Firebird painted on the hood had crashed into an ambulance. Layne and some white trash guy were fumbling around. Layne always wore this Australian big raincoat towards the end, and he was picking up all this stuff that was falling out of the car and out of his pockets. And every time he would bend over to pick something up, more paraphernalia would fall out of his pocket. It was weird. I will often awake in the middle of the night with the thoughts of Layne. I remember a sad or a sweet look he gave me. And even though I know it's stupid, never trust a junkie. I find myself riddled with guilt for not being more sensitive, open, or even helpful. He would often imply he was looking for a reason to get clean, and I replay those moments over and over again. These flashes in time sometimes keep me awake for hours and make my heart hurt. I know I hurt his feelings, and that haunts me. I wish I had been more sensitive, because I know, most people know, how capable he was of loving someone. Look at his love for Demri. But intellectually, I guess I did the right thing for me.